everybody. Welcome to another wonderful episode of BTR Beyond the Ropes. My name is Retro Relapse, aka Fernando, and with me, as always, on the ones and twos, holding down the BFF duties, is Randy, aka Randizzle. Randy, what to do on another wonderful Top Rope Tuesday?
Another interesting week of wrestling, another interesting week of life. But we did get to see the Royal Rumble this past Saturday and from live from Saudi Arabia. It happened here in Central Texas at 2 or 1 p.m. I'm sorry. 1 p.m. is when it went live and I got to see it with you and many other wrestling fans in the family and it was an
Yo,
awesome time. Royal Rumble is hands down my favorite pay per view, not PLE, my favorite pay per view, and I was very excited, looking forward to this event. And lucky for me, you are also, and your whole family is also a very big proponent of wrestling pay per views in general. And you got
yeet.
to have a awesome Royal Rumble party at your house, and it was a damn good time. We got to draw numbers and just enjoy the countdown and see all the surprises or
See, when
lack
you walk
thereof.
into my house, don't just expect just to sit down and stare at the TV. No, we make a spectacle just about out of almost everything, knowing that it was the 30-man Royal Rumble, 30 women Royal Rumble. We decided to go ahead and we have the miniature version of the ball machine where they pick their numbers and we put our own numbers in there and we charged everybody $1 a ball. Hey man, $30 is $30. Let's go. You know, that's gas money. That's beer money.
That's beer
So
money. If you win
the
both, you
fact
get
that you
60
had enough
bucks.
people that came in and said, I want $1 ball. I mean, some people got two balls. I think at one point somebody got three balls. I don't know. But you're putting your money in at a good chance of winning not only just $30, bragging rights, but just a good way to enjoy the pay per view. Like, I want my fucking number to win. Of course, you don't know who's coming in, and you don't know where they're going to be at, but you want that number to win so you can win some money too and the bragging rights.
I think it's almost like for sports fans in general, betting on the Sweet 16 or the March Madness
Or
situation
the
or
horses.
the finals or all that fun stuff because or fantasy football if you think about it because
Or the horses.
or the horses because at the end of the day
The
you draw
horses.
you draw a number you draw a number and you might not like the person who comes out but at the end of the day all you want to do is root for that fucking person because you want to win. You want to win that money, and in reality, it's not really the money. It is totally the bragging rights because I had a number, and I think I had some random fucking wrestler, and I was like, oh yeah, like please, please win, Zelina Vega, even though you got no pop,
Like
whatever
in,
it is,
in the men's, you had Obafemi
which was a good one,
and you had La Parca
which was interesting. Yes.
and you had Randy Orton.
I Randy had Randy, and somehow he didn't fucking win. And we'll talk about that. We're definitely gonna talk about that one because what the fuck?
Yeah. I don't have the list of who had what on the women's, but graciously had the ones with the guys on here, so I could was able to tell you that much. But yeah, uh,
I could tell you who I had in the women's. I had three. I was one of the people who needed to get three because my numbers were so fucking low. There was no way I was gonna win.
I didn't have like 1, 6, and 8.
Yes,
There you go.
I had Charlotte Flair. I had
Lola Vice,
huh?
Lola Vice,
I had Lola Vice at number 8. Who was number 8?
Jordan Grace.
And I had Jordan Grace. So I had three people. I had Jordan Grace, which is a good pick, and Charlotte Flair being number one. I thought that was a great pick. Didn't think to really see the broad scope of it that she won last year and probably wouldn't do back to back. So I kind of fucked myself on that one. But again, like you said, the fun part of just drawing random numbers and never knowing who you might get and who are you gonna root for. Yeah, I was rooting for La Parca. Did I think he was gonna do anything? No, but I was rooting for him.
Well,
Right?
yeah,
I drew number one in the men's and the women's. Like who the fuck does that? Or I drew number and Obafemi was a damn good pick for the men's, and he was having a good show. And then Brock Lesnar came out, you know, and there that goes.
but Brock didn't throw him out.
Brock didn't throw him out, but that was the big leading force of him getting out. But
True.
I guess before we really get into it, Would you like to read the list of the random people we picked? Like as far as the number?
Sure. But
You
before we
just
do
made the
that,
list.
definitely, definitely be sure to hit us up on the socials: Facebook, X, Instagram, all that fun stuff. Get on wherever you get your subscriptions: Amazon Pod, Apple Pod, Spotify, YouTube, Twitch. Follow us, like, subscribe, tell your friends, comment. We always going to have something hot to talk about, but definitely make sure you hit us up on those places because if we don't put the random plug in, we'll fucking forget. But follow us, like,
What?
subscribe, share, collab. Fuck it. You got some people that want to collab, we'll collab with you. Why? Because we love wrestling. We want to talk
Yeah.
about it. Just like we're doing today with Royal Rumble. Let's get into it. So where are we at now? You want to
Woo!
know our list?
Let's go our list for the women, and then we will coincide that with our unofficial sponsors at the SmackDownHotel.com.
Oh my god! Because I don't know if people should have button or not.
I did push a button.
So how many do you want me to read? You want me to read the whole list, or you just want me to
just
read a
just
few?
just read the list that we picked. Obviously, because we collaborated on both the men's and the women's list. You know, we knew this was a long shot. We knew it was a long shot of what the numbers were, who
Okay.
we put in.
So, do you want me to ramble all 30 right now?
Let's ramble the first half, I guess.
Okay. So, or you know what? Why don't we try to match it by tens? Sounds easy. We'll do 10 of what we got, and then 10 of what really happened.
Okay, perfect.
Okay. Sound good? Okay. So for us, BTR's list, your first 10. Number one, Charlotte Flair. Number two, Bianca Belair. Number three, Nikki Bella. Number four, Last Legend. Number five, Bailey. Number six, Roxanne Perez. Number seven, Julia. Number eight, Lyra Valkyria. Number nine, Lola Vice. And number 10, Blake Monroe. So that's what BTR's list now. What actually happened was number one, Charlotte Flair.
Got that one right.
Number two, Alexa Bliss.
Didn't get that one
Number
right.
three, Kiana James.
Didn't get that one right.
Number four, Nia Jax.
Almost.
Number five, Ivy Nile.
No.
Number six, Lola Vice.
Almost.
Number seven, Candice LeRae.
Nope.
Number eight, Jordan Grace. Number nine, Becky Lynch. Number 10, Soruka.
Got number one right.
So far, that's it. All right. So that's the first 10 down. Let's jump into the next 10. So BTR's list, that's crazy. Number 10 was Soruka. What actually happened. Our number 11 was Soruka. We were
Yeah.
off by one. So number 11, BTR list, Soruka. Number 12, Natty. Number 13, Zelina. 14, Asuka. 15, Ren Sinclair. 16, Chelsea Green. 17, Jordan Grace. 18, Nia Jax. 19, Kari Sane. 20, Trish Stratus. So that's the BTR second third of the list, the 11 to 20. So here we go with the WWE's version of what they put through. Number 11, Roxanne Perez. Number 12, Maxine Dupree. Number 13, Natty. Number 14, Liv Morgan. Number 15, Lash Legend. Number 16, Zelina. Number 17, Raquel Rodriguez. Number 18, Chelsea Green. Number 19, Julia. Number 20, Io Sky. Nothing. But you notice the second round, we were off by like one. We had like three of them in there that were off by like one.
Yeah, we're
Three.
off, and some of the
So,
people that we named on the first half were actually already or added in the WWE's version. So
mhm,
we jumped ahead on some of them, but
we
a lot
did.
of them made sense. So
Yeah. So we're in the realm. It's just off by one or two.
yeah,
So all right. So let's hit the last 10 now. BTR's list. We had number 21, Alexa Bliss. 22, JC Jane. 23, Liv Morgan. 24, Alba Fire. 25, Nikki Cross. 26, Meechin. 27, Maxine Dupree. 28 Becky Lynch, 29 Tiffany Stratton, 30 AJ Lee. Now, what happened was on WWE side, number 21, we have Asuka, 22, Rhea Ripley, 23, Bailey, 24, JC Jane,
Almost.
25, Nikki Bella. We had the wrong Nikki. 26, Lyra Valkyria, 27, Kalani Jordan, 28, Kari Sane, 29, Brie Bella, 30, Tiffany Stratton.
So again, we were some of these were just off slightly. We had Tiffany Stratton at number 29 on our list because we really thought that AJ Lee would be a good number 30. We were pretty a little off on that one. The returning Tiffany Stratton at number 30. I didn't see Brie Bella on there. I thought, and maybe you did the same. We thought our legend might have been Trish Stratus. To be honest with you, I did
Mhm.
not have Brie Bella on my bingo card for 2026 Royal Rumble.
Only because of the fact of where her husband's at.
Yeah,
Knowing that he's there at AEW, and they've been pushing because they did want her to come back, have a run with the tag team, with Nikki to do their tag team stuff because they now that there's an actual tag team division, it's smart, or at least you would think it is, um, or at least on paper, right?
on paper for
Uh,
sure.
yeah, and then I mean, you look at this list and it's like, yo, there's what? Like for real, like I don't know. I guess we are expecting a little bit more. Excuse me, out of this, but I mean, it worked. The spots worked.
I think in my thought process when we were putting this list together for the BTR list, I was thinking have a returning Bianca Belair go up against Charlotte Flair. That would have been a great matchup just to start the match, right? We did get Charlotte Flair, but they went a different route and they really pushed what's that girl's name that's with Julia, her manager? What's number two? Who was
Kiana, number three, Kiana
Kiana
James.
Jane? They really pushed her. She got a lot of offense in. I never thought the WWE would start off with the former tag team champions Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair. Did
Hmm.
not did not go that route. I was thinking it'd separate them. Charlotte Flair would go a distance, and then her and Alexa at midway through the fucking Royal Rumble would have a little will they, won't they kind of situation. Are they going to help each other? Yes, at convenience, but not ideally.
Yep.
So I thought for sure I'd see Charlotte Flair go a distance, and she did. But I personally, on the list that we made, I thought solely for the push because of how good of a champion she has previously been and a character she's been. I thought Chelsea Green would have taken it.
Yeah.
Right, she did last longer than she has in the past Royal Rumbles. That's for sure. Um, Alba Fire did never, although never was in the Royal Rumble, she was definitely there supporting as a supporting cast member for Chelsea Green and the Secret Hervis, and she did protect her from getting eliminated a lot sooner. And then I know on your end you put Jordan Grace because of the bring up and them pushing her these little vignettes with Jade Cargill, who is currently your SmackDown Women's Champion. So I thought we'd go that route. But at the end of the day, I am happy, and I'm pretty sure you are happy with the woman who ended up winning, Liv Morgan. Great choice. Great choice, especially for the story, because if you didn't have a chance to watch Royal Rumble this past Saturday, spoiler alert, Liv Morgan threw out her fucking Judgment Day mate in fucking Raquel Rodriguez to fucking secure the last three spots.
Yep.
And she did it. And Fernando during the Royal Rumble brought a great point up, and I think last week as well is Raquel Rodriguez had a championship match.
She had a championship match slated for the Monday after Rumble, which was yesterday.
Did she win?
Good question, because I didn't get to finish watching. Did you?
I did not see this part.
Oh, so we're both finding this out together?
Both finding out together.
Oh, let me see if, well, if I were you, where would I go to find out this information?
We go to our unofficial official sponsor at the SmackDown Hotel, .com.
Oh my God. Stephanie Baker defeats Raquel Rodriguez to retain the title.
So we know at least. Did she announce who she's going after? Like the men's champion,
She
men's
has
winner?
not.
Okay, so this
She
is
had well, I don't know. It doesn't say anything here. I'll check another page to see
I
what's
didn't
up.
I didn't
But
hear
she
or
had
see
mentioned
anything.
that she was gonna go to SmackDown to see the lay of the land over there.
So
So
they're letting that build up, right? Because probably because of the Raquel Stephanie Raquel match on yesterday. So,
yes.
but we were you were talking about it that Raquel did have a match with Stephanie, and it looked like she was going to get that push to maybe possibly take it off of Stephanie, and then this would be the implosion of Judgment Day, Liv Morgan versus Raquel at WrestleMania, Judgment Day versus Judgment Day, or maybe by then by WrestleMania maybe they weren't together anymore. We don't
Hmm.
know. That was the route we were going to, but I guess because they already decided that Stephanie was going to win, she's going to play the card of, well, let me just look at SmackDown, let me check it out, you know. And this very well could still be an option, only because SmackDown needs stars, and maybe this is Liv Morgan's way of leaving Judgment Day. I don't know. Or maybe this is WWE's way of making Judgment Day accessible to both brands, Raw and SmackDown. That you just never know. So I'm curious to see how that plays out. I definitely am happy with the winner and the choice of this because Liv Morgan has been your MVP the past couple of years, and she's only been sidelined by injuries, unfortunately, that has kind of stunted her progression for the championship again. So I am pumped to see what's going to happen.
I agree. I agree. There are new things that are on the fold, and it's going to be interesting to see. Uh, I'm still not seeing anything.
Nothing official,
No, I mean, there's a lot of news that's going on, a lot of stuff shaking up on the sheets.
which usually happens
Um,
after fucking PLE. So
well,
especially a
I
big
mean,
one like especially a big one like Royal Rumble where there's a lot of implications on who's going to go after who. Because when we talk about the men's, we already know the winner of the Royal Rumble who they're going after. But again, it's just the build up. You have to give the women some better storyline to kind of build it up. So I'm just curious in how that plays out, especially because Raquel just had that match with Stephanie.
correct. Trying to read here. They're saying everything that happened. And the thing, Liv Morgan did hit an Oblivion before posing with the women's world title. Wasn't a long thing. So no, she has yet to talk about where what she's gonna do. So we're still waiting on that. So that's kind of neat to see. Um,
What do you want to
I
see
was
out of
I
this
was
Liv
I
Morgan?
was reading. I actually want to jump to something different if that's okay.
Yeah,
Piper Nevin has been away for a while, and reason being is she had a really bad neck injury. She took to X because someone was asking about her. Uh, she could be dealing with a career-ending injury. Uh, she still doesn't have answers. I think it's a neck injury. If I was,
it was.
I'm
We
not
had talked about it when we were first going over this women's Royal Rumble list. We figured she'd be in that Royal Rumble because she'd
okay.
be a force to be reckoned with.
So
But
in a quote here it says, "The truth is, I've been so quiet as I know you have questions, but the fact of the matter is, I don't know yet." And it was a question of when she's coming back. It's 5 months on, and some days. It's 5 months on, and some days when it's bad, I can't stand up for more than a few minutes, if even a minute.
that's
Do I
real.
want to come back? Of course I do. This is all I've done and all I've ever wanted to do since I was 16, and I can't imagine doing anything else. I still love it as much as I did the first day I started, and I feel like I was just starting to get confident again and open up and hit my groove. So all this to say, I hope so. Keep your fingers crossed for me.
Yeah,
So
I saw a
yeah, she's
post from Chelsea Green, wishing that her running mate, which is Piper Niven, was there with Alba Fire as well to support her at Royal Rumble. Obviously, they're all friends, and in reality, all the wrestlers, at least for the most part, are all you know cordial with each other and friends, and no one wants to see someone get hurt. At the end of the day,
Mhm.
not an injury like that. Not a neck injury will take you
No,
out. Nothing like that. I mean, look at Elton Prince. Like Elton Prince broke his neck during a fucking tag match, and now his running mate, his tag team partner, uh, Kit Kit Wilson is on his own
Kit
now.
Wilson.
Yeah, and now he like, dude, for being a tag team specialist and wanting to be a tag team specialist, now he's on his own, not because he wants to, but because he has to. But he's making the most of it, and right now he's getting a pretty big push from the fans. Like, hey, we're gonna go after this underdog, whether he's a bad guy or not. So
Mhm.
no one, I mean, everyone hates to see someone get hurt, and hopefully it's something that she can bounce back from. But it seems like she's probably gonna have to get a surgery and
It's
be
not
out.
going to be right away.
Yeah,
It's still taking time. I mean, honestly, if someone's telling you it's taking time for me to get up and I can't stand up for a while, hey, no way she's going to run a match. You already know that.
yeah,
So hopefully, speedy recovery, Piper Niven.
yeah, for sure.
Um, Back to Morgan, Liv Morgan. I'm excited to see what she's going to do. I think the smart play would take the Netflix belt, take it off of Stephanie, make it a good match for Mania. Liv versus Jade Cargill doesn't sound appealing to me. Only because if you want Jade to squash her, that's what's going to happen because they don't want to lose the momentum that they have moving with her, which isn't much. And I think if you're going to take the belt off of Jade, it's going to be someone you least expect. So,
Yeah, they're gonna build. They're gonna have to. I think I'm gonna align with you. It's Liv and Stephanie is a better matchup, just as far as similarities as far as styles and how they and how their size and everything like that. I think whoever wins the elimination chamber will go after Jade. I think that would be the push, right? So
to me, that sounds like what they should do.
absolutely.
Hmm. Uh, do you want to move on to the men's rumble, or do you want to touch on the other two matches that happened?
Let's touch on the other two matches.
All right. So number one, we'll get this one out of the way because was very interesting to say the least, but it's got implications of what's going to be happening in the future here. We did have Drew McIntyre versus Sami Zayn for the Universal
Universal or undisputed, undisputed.
Undisputed. I always get those mixed up. The Undisputed title. I wasn't very interested in this match. This was my smoke break match. But to say the least, Drew did come out on top. He retained, and Sami Zayn. From what I'm reading, from what I've been reading, the rumor mills and the sheets that they had Sammy get this championship match over there, so it could be a better help and build up because he's slated to win, or at least it's talked about or rumored that he's slated to win Rumble next year to fight for the championship in Saudi Arabia because
So it's all about
obviously
the
he
build up. It's all about the
has the
build up.
hometown crowd behind him.
Yeah, it's all about the build up, I guess, on that one. So I mean,
This was a taste.
yeah, I mean, I'm happy that Drew McIntyre retained because of all the shit he's been eating for the past couple of years since COVID.
Yes.
I mean, he's really been the more generous wrestler, like really losing to a lot of wrestlers who aren't as credible as he is as far as size and as in-ring capability. And he
Yep.
had to take a step back for this whole Cody versus Roman Reigns situation. And then Roman Reigns holding the belt for fucking or holding it hostage for 3 years. Like,
Hmm.
so I think for him to finally win it the way he did initially, I think it's 100% okay with me for him to fucking retain it. Whether it is by any means necessary or just by clean wins, which it was, like at the end of the day, he's a believable champion, and whoever goes up against him has, if he loses, will be a better matchup at the end of the day if he's fight compared to fighting Sami Zayn, who we know is the underdog, who we know why he was there. We knew, like, I mean, any wrestling fan that knows anything knows why Sami Zayn was in that match,
Hmm.
right? And it's okay. And Sami Zayn has eaten a lot of shit as well. And but I think you touched on it the other day. Was you feel like he's a supporting character? He's not a main character. He's not your champion. He is a a supporting mate on a mid card, which is fine. Which is fine. But at least him getting the chance to win builds up for he might get the Cody run, right, where he lost this time.
Hmm.
And like you said, this was a test on see how much fanfare he had in Saudi because we know next year Saudi WrestleMania is happening over there.
That's gonna be crazy, dude. 2 days of that shit out there.
We'll see how that plays out. I mean, my assumption is because Saudi built that arena solely probably for WrestleMania. That's why it's so big.
Hmm.
That they're gonna test it out with another PLE between now and next year's WrestleMania, maybe a crown jewel or something, just to kind of keep the momentum alive for that crowd, for that arena, just so people can get used to. Hey, maybe it's not such a hard flight to go overseas to go watch the WrestleMania because at the end of the day, for the past 41 years, everyone from all over the world has been traveling to the United States to come see this pay-per-view, which makes more sense because a lot more wrestling's here and it's a lot more accessible. But we talked about it a couple of years ago. John Cena brought it up 2 years ago. When is there going to be WrestleMania in London, in Europe, right? This is a
Hmm.
test, dude. This is the fucking test. Let's see how the WrestleMania does in Saudi, almost like neutral water. It's close enough to Australia, it's close enough to Russia, it's close enough to Japan, it's close enough to Europe. It's the same distance from, maybe America. So let's see how that does, and then maybe we can do a AEW all out or all in like they did in Wembley. You know.
Hmm.
So I think this is just a test, and it might fail. They might fall flat in their face, or it might succeed. That's the
Or to really test it out, use Crown Jewel as your all in, all out situation, and put Crown Jewel in London and see how that works out as your test. And then, okay, cool, you get Mania.
I think, and that's probably didn't they do that with Australia? They did that initially with Saudi, so and it took a X amount of years before Saudi got to WrestleMania. Apparently, Australia is a great place to wrestle, and people do like to travel there. So they use Crown Jewel there. Maybe one point it'll be there. So again, it really is just a test and see how that works out. And all we can do is fucking wait. As crazy as it sounds, and next year, and me and you touched on this a couple of weeks ago, and I think last week as well. If I was any other company next year, I already been planning for 2 years how I'm gonna fucking make a big fu to WWE and throw the biggest fucking show at the same time as WrestleMania that's over there, but here in the States.
Hmm.
Pick the wrestling capital of the world. It's either gonna be New York or Chicago. That's only or maybe somewhere in Florida only because the companies and a lot of wrestlers live there to make it accessible, right? And it is a travel destination, Disney World, Universal Studios, all that fun stuff. But you throw the biggest fucking convention and wrestling show with all the indies, AEW, everything, throw everything at it and see how well you do, and it might pay off dividends with the American crowd. You might gain a bunch of wrestling fans.
Hmm.
So that's something definitely that I would take a bet on, but I'm not a wrestling promoter, so
My suggestion would be Dallas.
that'd be a good one too. It is right.
Mhm.
It's central. I think it's hard pressed to think that people would pick us, Dallas, over Chicago because it is Central America or Central United States. But I don't know.
We are that is Central America.
Yeah,
Hmm.
Central America. So,
Yes, yes, coffee beans. This is Central America. But look
but
at but look at everything when All In happened. It was beautiful. The day before, when they had the I can't remember the
Starcast.
name. Yes, when they had the Starcast at that hotel over there, that worked out for the most part. You had the esports arena that they were using for Ring of Honor. You have the Texas Live that was hosting a lot of stuff there, having people there, having wrestlers there, and then of course the hotels that are all around it. Six Flags is across the highway, and then you have um, the big Texas Ranger Stadium you can use again.
You can do Texas Ranger Stadium. You can do the fucking Jerryland for the
Yeah,
big
Jerry
old.
Land's just a block over.
Yeah, so it's very doable, right? It is. It is. I just I don't know that people. I know a lot of wrestlers and wrestling fans will say that Chicago's the mecca of wrestling. So
Oh, for sure.
outside of New York, so it's
Hmm.
kind of like
Well, isn't Philadelphia also?
Philadelphia's one of the top five for sure. But I think it's New York for the East Coast, New York, Philly, maybe Boston, and then Chicago. Definitely nothing in the West Coast as crazy as it sounds, even though like the Young Bucks did PWG and all that stuff over there. Like it's really not that direction. It's really mid America all the way to fucking East Coast. So, but again, I think no matter where you have it, it'd be a very big thing because we
Hmm.
know that outside of WWE, who are very greedy, and tickets are thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars to be in the front. With that amount of money you'd spend at WrestleMania, you could fucking do every single fucking event and still have money left over.
True.
So it's very doable. And if I was TNA, GCW, Hog Wrestling, MLW, and the big boy AEW, I'd be fucking talking with everybody and figuring out what can we do, how can we lean on each other, because you know what? Guess what? You got CMLL, and the only thing the WWE is going to have over here, if they don't pull all their main stars over there, they're going to have AAA and NXT. They can't hold a candle to AEW and shit like that. So
Hmm.
I would think personally you'd gather you'd broker the bridge of convenience and be like, hey man, let's work together. I will gather all the licenses for every venue. I will talk to the city and let's put a bit because now you have WrestleCon, which happens every year during WrestleMania, and that
Hmm.
is all the wrestlers from different companies outside WWE who get to do signings. Everyone from legends to people who are in the indies to people who are in AEW get to do signings. They have all the toys, all the fucking, and then you have all the shows from all the indies. Like, you can do it, man. You can do it.
Yep.
But I
Well,
digress.
beyond the rant that we have here, we're going to start changing the name of the show from Beyond the Ropes to Beyond the Rant. The next match that was also in this pay per view, knowing that it was only a 4 hour pay per view, thank you very much. Career threatening match. If Styles loses, he must retire from in ring competition. Gunther versus AJ Styles.
It went exactly how I thought it was gonna go, and Gunther won because you cannot have Gunther, and you can forget about the Goldberg retirement. You can't have Gunther beat John Cena clean and then take away all of that by AJ Styles winning. Right? You talked about it specifically last week. Like AJ Styles gonna retire this year. He didn't say at the end of the year. He didn't say the mid year. He just said this year.
Hmm.
And he has been having his final run in silence. He had a fucking banger with John Cena. He had a banger with Nakamura. He had a banger with CM Punk. He was the fucking WWE Tag Team Champ with Dragon Lee. He's been doing a lot of fucking things in reality when you break it down. And although I wanted him to win, believe me, I did. I'm a big AJ Styles fan. You
Hmm.
just if you're thinking wrestling, you just don't kill someone's momentum like Gunther after beating John Cena to lose to fucking AJ Styles. You just don't do that. I mean, just like when Brock Lesnar broke Undertaker's streak, and the next person he fought was John Cena. John Cena told him, you gotta squash me, dude." That's John Cena
But
telling
did
him
you
that.
not see the part where AJ Styles did not tap? He passed out, so it's TKO. He lost via TKO. They did not play the music right away. They left it silent to see all of the reactions of the crowd that they could get the cameras on at the time. I guess they were having issues with trying to pan around for some of it or making sure they didn't get a lot of the seats that were missing at the time. But yeah, man, just to get that pure crowd reaction, just seeing everyone just like,
It,
no, no, say it ain't so.
it reminded me of the Undertaker streak being broken. The music didn't play right away. It just fucking exactly what you said. Just pan to the crowd and see people fucking crying and people being like, oh my god," because they're gonna use that for years and years to come. They're gonna use that fucking still photo of some dude going, "What the fuck? What the
Hmm.
fuck?" And the fact that AJ Styles didn't leave his gloves in the middle of the ring makes me think that he might have a run somewhere else.
That's the speculation right now.
Now, could that be TNA? Maybe. Could that be AEW? Maybe. I don't. I mean, this is the beauty of it. His contract is up either the beginning of this month or sometime this month in February.
Hmm.
So what does that mean? Who knows, man? I know that I'm sure that WWE wants him in some capacity, or AJ Styles can do exactly what he said, and I want to spend time with my kids, and I want to be remembered how I was when I was healthy, not when I was fucking just a shell of myself.
Hmm.
So he might just want to spend time with his kids, and that's totally admirable. 48 years old, and he's this is the first time he's gonna be able to spend time with his kids. Yeah, let him do his thing, dude. Let him. But what do you think about this match?
Yeah,
How do you feel about that?
to see the fact that he did not leave gloves or boots in the middle of the ring really did speak wonders because he was getting ready to. He was taking them off. He was getting emotional, and the crowd was like, "No, don't do it! No, no, no!" And he put them back on, and they erupted. And he gave him the symbol one last time. So we could see him in the future at a different promotion, but we don't know because WWE is saying that he's getting ready to do a podcast and they have backstage stuff for him to do. They want him as a producer, they want him on commentary, they want him to do this and this. So I don't know if they're blowing smoke up our ass about him or if they don't want us to speculate to know what they already know that AJ is not going to stay and that AJ is going to continue to wrestle. He's going to continue to fight somewhere else, which would be fucking great to see because no matter what, no matter where you put him, it's going to be great TV. Now, let's just say playing GM mode or devil's advocate that he goes to AEW. Would they give him the belt right away? Pretty sure. Would he take it off of MJF? I mean, that'd be nice to see that he'd be the one and then have him put on clinics or bangers with other wrestlers as champ. Of course, some people will be like, "Oh, don't do it. Don't fucking put him as a champ right away." Whatever, he can earn it too and take some time to do it. But no matter what, he's going to be on a limited schedule. He's going to want to hit a bunch of towns. He's going to want to make some money out of it, but he's not going to do it for a long time. We'll see him what, a year if we're lucky, or if anything, if he, let's say he goes now, all out in Wembley is or all in Wembley is in the summertime. So that's a perfect span. Give him 6 months, let him have a small run with the belt, puts his name in the AEW books with the belt, and gives it prestige, knowing that it's him, and let him lose it to a returning Will Ospreay in England. But let them put on a 5-star match, you know. But the belt just makes it that much juicier. Doesn't mean he can't have a couple of bangers with fucking Samoa Joe and um, whoever else is there. Shit, Chris Brianos will probably want to come out from being a fucking manager to fight his ass just to do it one more time and say that they had a match with AJ Styles before he retired. You know, so
Yeah,
you have an open door possibilities of what this man can do. But as of right now, we don't know shit, and it's up to him. And I can't wait to see if he continues to wrestle. I would love to see him in AEW. Don't waste your time with TNA. You've already done it. I'm not against TNA. TNA needs all the love it can get. You've got some good WWE guys that are still there, that older guys that have basically are going to retire with TNA and stuff like that. That's great. AJ Styles has already done everything. Put on the fucking TV station on your Samsung TV or your Roku TV, and that's all you see is AJ Styles in just about every fucking clip they play. We don't need any more AJ and TNA. We need him somewhere else that's going to elevate, put some eyes on a product, and give us something else different to talk about. That's
he
my
might
rant.
he might have a fucking CM Punk run like he had in AEW and the beginning when he first got to WWE. Like it's not a bad idea to run him, let him win because as much as CM Punk is beloved, AJ Styles is beloved by the wrestling world, right? CM Punk was beloved for how he is and what he can bring to the table. But AJ Styles, the wrestler, everyone he's fucking wrestled everyone there, whether it was in New Japan or TNA or in the Indies, whatever, Ring of Honor, all that stuff. Like you're right, he probably could have more bangers in AEW. He could have a limited schedule like Sting, where he just comes out when he needs to come out. He has the belt, or even like Adam Copeland. Adam Copeland had a run with the belt, call it a day, and go about his business. It's okay. I think specifically with AJ Styles, it will not diminish his legacy if he goes anywhere else. And like you said, I 100% agree. He's already done everything he could for TNA. It's wouldn't be a bad idea for him to run with AEW, and I know Tony Khan would throw the money to make sure that he and give him whatever fucking schedule he wants, so he can have the run he wants to have. I'm excited to see what happens for him. You know, he could be WWE forever. He could be in the background, or he could be in TNA, or he can really turn shit up and go to AEW.
Hmm.
Simple as that. I think that like we said, AJ Styles doesn't need to have any allegiance to anyone but himself because his work stands the test of time.
Hmm.
And his character, he's not a fucking shithead. He doesn't cuss. He doesn't do all this other shit. Like, he's a family man, and people can respect that, and that's pretty awesome. So,
Yeah.
I'm
Well,
interested to see. I'm sad to see him go from WWE, but I think he's done for the past 10 years. It seemed fitting that he made his debut in 2016, and he made his exit in 2026 at the Royal Rumble.
I hope that he gets inducted in the Hall of Fame for the WWE. That'd be nice
I think he
because
will.
I mean that was the end game for a lot of these guys. Is you want to be in that Hall of Fame, you want to be on that Legends contract where you live on. You know your legacy, your name, what you put out there lives on for years to come and many to see. So I'll keep my fingers crossed for that one because I want that to happen. We already know Cena's the first ballot pick. We know Batista still needs to be thrown in there. You know CM Punk's going to get his nod in there. AJ Styles definitely needs to be put in there. You
Agreed.
know.
I know they'll probably definitely he might be a two-time Hall of Famer because they're definitely gonna induct him to the TNA Hall of Fame for sure. So
Yes.
why not add a third one? Why not add an AEW fucking Hall of Famer?
There you go. Well, we've done enough jabbering about AJ and Gunther. Let's get into the 30-man Royal Rumble, and we're gonna do the same like we did before. We're gonna rattle them off in tens, see where we landed the BTR list versus what actually happened in the Mania Rumble. And before we start, number one shouldn't have happened the way it did because it got ruined on SmackDown by some asshole producer or button pushing guy in the back um, that put Braun Breaker as number one, which probably was supposed to happen on the screen. So they went ahead
So
and
much
they
so that they had a little backstage bullshit with Paul Heyman and Adam Pearce.
then they gave us a fucking swerve with everything that happened. And I don't know if it really messed up what they had going on with their line, and this is what happened later. But we're gonna rattle it off. So, BTR list. Here we go. Number one, LA Knight. Number two, Logan Paul. Number three, Carmelo Hayes. Number four, Ray Phoenix. Number five, El Grande Americano. Number six, JC Mateo. Number seven, Matt Cardona. Number eight, Finn Balor. Number nine, Dragonoff. Number 10, Johnny Gargano. That's BTR side. Now, what actually happened was number one, Obafemi. Number two, Braun Breaker. Number three, Solo Sikoa. Number four, Rey Mysterio. Number five, Rusev. Number six, Matt Cardona. Number seven, Damian Priest. Number eight, Javon Evans. Number nine, Mr. Iguana. Number 10, Trick Williams.
So we had the wrong Ray at number 4. Matt Cardona off by one.
Mm-hmm.
Our first two definitely far off. You know, like you said, unfortunately it was ruined. They played to the they made a storyline out of it real quick with Paul Heyman and Adam Pearce getting into it at a panel, and Obafemi came out number one. Braun Breaker was number two. Got attacked by a hooded masked man who did a fucking Seth Rollins moves, the stomp, all that good shit. Throw him into the ring. Obafemi eliminates him right away. 5 seconds in the Rumble. 5 seconds. So I don't know what route they're going with that one. Is this the implosion of the division? Was it Logan Paul in all black? Was it Austin Theory? We know it was not Bronson Reed because the size of that guy in the black hood was not Bronson Reed. Far from it. So this was a big push for Obafemi though, because
Yes.
Obafemi was dominant right off the back. You know, he had a nice little Like obviously he threw Braun Breaker out right away. Then he had a nice little back and forth with Solo. So Solo needed to be in there. We had JC Mateo. Well, JC Mateo did not even make it in. No one in the MFT made it outside of Solo.
And that's crazy because I was expecting a couple more.
Finn Balor didn't even make it into the Royal Rumble.
No, he did not.
Carmelo
Okay,
Hayes didn't even make it to the Royal Rumble. Fuck.
no, he did not either. All right, here we go with the second set of 10. BTR list has number 11 Dom Mysterio, number 12 Penta, 13 Trick Williams, 14 Santos Escobar, 15
Legend.
uh huh?
Legend. We put legend.
Who's legend?
We
Oh,
just
we're
put it.
a
Yeah.
legend was going to come out. I was like, wait a minute. We already said last legend. But for a legend to come out, 16 Damian Priest, 17 Kofi Kingston, 18 Randy Orton, 19 Braun Breaker, 20 Obafemi. So obviously that, you can tell it's not going to pan out. But the WWE side said number 11 Cody Rhodes.
Interesting.
Number
I never saw him coming out. I didn't think he was gonna come out that soon.
correct. It was wow, but number 11 Cody Rhodes, number 12 El Grande Americano, number 13 the original El Grande Americano,
I love that one. Love that
number
one.
14 Royce Keys, number 15 Austin Theory, number 16 Bronson Reed, number 17 Dragonoff, 18 La Parka, 19 Dragon Lee, 20 Logan Paul.
So
So again,
interesting that they, although WWE had a full roster, they went to the well and brought AAA stars. They had Mr. Iguana and La Parca. Interesting. One. Second thing, Gran Americano, aka possibly, I don't know, maybe fucking Ludwig Kaiser. And then part two, El Original Grande Americano, possibly Chad Gable's return, but surprisingly not as Chad Gable, but as Grande Americano. Um, I like that interaction. They did the Spider-Man. They did the Spider-Man point. Oh, oh,
mhm,
oh, oh. Now, I'm gonna bring this up because this is totally a side quest to obviously Royal Rumble, but the original Grand Americano compared to a Grand Americano, I think, although Chad Gable did a fantastic job building up the heat for Grand Americano, Ludwig Kaiser, aka the new Grand Americano, took it up 10 times by learning Spanish. And you wanted, they planted him in AAA to be the person that everyone hated. And he became so beloved. So much so that everyone's booing El Hijo de Vikingo, who was supposed to be your biggest babyface at one point. Obviously, the whole thing with Alberto Del Rio and this other bullshit. But the person who wasn't supposed to get the push somehow made it work and has continued to make it work with his little sidekicks, the other two little guys, who we know is Pete Dunne and the other guy. I forgot his name. Like, who do you think? You think this is gonna be a storyline? Because they did obviously attack each other. Is this the storyline that where Chad Gable gets lost in the mix as the original Grand Americano and Ludwig
dude,
Kaiser?
didn't
Or
they just have a match yesterday?
I didn't see. Did they?
If I'm not mistaken, they did.
I thought we were talking about doing mask versus mask.
Well, I mean, that's probably still in the cards too. But if I'm not mistaken, they did that match already.
They ran it
They
back.
already they already jumped into doing that. Let me see if I can pull it up. I could be totally wrong, but um, yeah.
What?
Unless it's just something that's scheduled that's gonna happen. I totally could have thought that this was something that was on there. No, it was Javon Evans versus Grande Americano, and he came out.
The original or the
The original came out,
okay,
but no, it was Javon versus El Grande, not the
okay.
original. And then later, the original comes out.
So that seems to be something they're heading towards. So they're doing a lot of side stories. Royal Rumble had a lot of building stories, for sure.
You need it.
You
You
need
need
it.
to. You need to remember. We're starting on this fucking road. You already know what's going to happen with the main guys, but if you don't have the smaller stories going, how are you going to fill the card for 2 nights?
Yeah. True. And
You need to keep these stories working.
yeah, and the good thing is WWE has enough programming with NXT, SmackDown, Raw, and AAA to make these stories continue.
Mm, not to take anything away, but I don't put any stock in NXT when it comes to WrestleMania because they rarely showcase NXT on that. They
True.
don't do anything big enough to put them on there, so that's why I don't even put them in contention with anything that's going on with it.
But what I mean is they can build storylines and like Natty going on there and beating someone's ass to go for a belt soon.
Yeah,
Stuff like that.
they're trying to push that route, but it hasn't happened yet.
We can only wait. So let's do
Yeah,
the
and
last 10.
I'll call it now, reseed it later. It's not going to happen this year.
Probably not. So
Yeah, no. All right, last 10 on the Rumble. BTR's list number 21, AJ Styles. Number 22, Roman Reigns. 23, Aleister Black. 24, Solo Sikoa. 25, Surprise. 26, Jacob Batu. 27, Ethan Page. 28, Cody Rhodes. 29, Jey Uso. 30, Rey Mysterio. WWE side, 21, LA Knight. 22, Brock Lesnar. 23, The Miz. 24, Ray Phoenix. 25, Jey Uso. 26, Roman Reigns. 27, Jacob Batu. 28, Penta. 29, Randy Orton. Number 30, Gunther. Gunther.
Gunther.
And again, we had some kind of in the spaces where they should have been, but they weren't. We were off by a few on some, but for the most part, hit a bunch of them. But what's really shitty is that a legend, we didn't get any legends here.
We did get a
We have a legend.
surprise. We
We
did
have
get
a
a
legend killer.
yeah. We got a surprise. We got Powerhouse as Royce Keys now. He was
There you
earlier.
go. I was like that was a surprise. We actually did get a surprise. You're right. Crazy enough. And it was nice to see that they acknowledged him as Powerhouse Hobbs, not only on the screen, but Michael Coles actually said it out loud. He used to be known as Powerhouse. Introducing to you now is Royce Keys. That is crazy.
I like this wouldn't have happened 3 years ago, 5 years ago, but I like that WWE has acknowledged a lot of things that you would never have seen. They talked about AJ Styles and Finn Balor being the Bullet Club and New Japan. They really brought that up.
Yeah.
They really pushed this. I mean, surprisingly, at the Royal Rumble, your big PLE Powerhouse Hobbs, now known as Royce Keith.
Hmm.
Pretty awesome for him, for them to give the acknowledgement. Hey, kudos to AEW for building that star where they had to acknowledge it, man. They did. Because without AEW, Powerhouse Hobbs wouldn't be a known name. And they want to give the audience, if you're tuning in for the first time to see him wrestle, hey, guess what? This is Powerhouse Hobbs, man. Now he's just Royce Keys here, you know?
So, with that being said, where does he end up?
Mm, they need people on SmackDown. It's a 3 hour show. He's a big guy. I think they will give him an interesting run because we know now, because Obafemi, last time we saw Obafemi, he was relinquishing his NXT title after he beat Leon Slater in a championship match, and he just came out yesterday whooping the Viking Raiders' ass. So we know he's there. So I don't think you butt them all up right away. You do have Trick Williams currently in SmackDown because he had like a little thing going on with Sami Zayn's a couple of months, maybe a month so far. I think Royce Keys ends up in SmackDown. They need some bigger guys. He's a big dude. He needs some battles, meat versus meat kind of situation.
Hmm.
But I don't know. Like I would push him that way, but I don't know because they're SmackDown. They're trying to build stars. Also, you have Cody Rhodes. You have Drew McIntyre, the current champion. You have Randy Orton. You have Jacob Fatu. There's a lot of people there. And we learned yesterday that the winner of the Royal Rumble ended up being Roman Reigns, who I did have as a pick, and you had Finn Balor, who should have been in this Royal Rumble. Interesting enough, but we know yesterday during Raw, Roman
Hold on,
Reigns.
before you go there, I'm very surprised that you didn't say Powerhouse Hobbs, Royce Keys to NXT. As
Uh,
big as an NXT mark you are, I'm very surprised he didn't say to put him over there, knowing that they don't have a North American. They don't have a heavyweight champion over there right now. They're about to have a ladder match today, a 7-man ladder match to see who's the new champ gonna take over with it, which is probably Ricky Starks. But I'm very surprised you didn't say to put him over there.
Do you know why? Because just like you said, you don't put a lot of stock in NXT. For the women, I do. For the women, I do because women run that show, NXT
Hmm.
show. But
True.
for them to showcase an NXT star, it could have been Ricky Saints or Ethan Page who have already built a name for themselves. They debuted Royce Keys, aka or FKA Powerhouse Hobbs, on the Royal Rumble. He's gonna be on the main roster because solely because of probably how much they paid him. Because in the sheets it says that AEW did offer him a very lucrative deal, and he opted to test the waters. He didn't leave in any bad terms. He didn't burn any bridges. He just opted to test out the waters and see how WWE is. He's never been WWE, and we talked about this many times. As a wrestler, as much as you want to not to admit it, at the end of the day, the ultimate goal for a lot of wrestlers was always WWE because that was the show. That was the show that surpassed WCW, ECW, all these other brands.
Show us shows, baby.
Yeah, the show. So it's not unrealistic for him to at least give it a shot, man. Obviously, he was good enough to be in AEW to be a champion, but AEW isn't the land of giants. It really
Nope.
isn't, man. It's a land of fucking people who can move fast and have banger fucking matches. WWE is a land of big motherfuckers who can work with him, and now he has some competition that's very believable.
Hmm.
So I think he tested the waters, and I think again, probably the amount of money they paid for him, they're gonna showcase him. He's gonna pull the Jade Cargill move. He's not gonna go straight to NXT. He's gonna come straight to the roster. Could that be a detriment? Absolutely. We can do is wait and find out. He's also one of Cody's boys, so you know, and they had a little stare down with each other. And
Which would make sense for him to be on SmackDown with Cody.
yeah, and the cool thing is the announcers fucking spoke about it. They have a checkered history with each other. That's exactly what was said. So they're acknowledging that they have a past with each other. They
Hmm.
didn't. They said it without saying it. AEW is your fucking their past, and they had a past together. So
Yep.
again, interesting to see. Again, Roman Reigns pulled out the win. I'm not surprised because he finally made his return to Royal Rumble 3 months before WrestleMania. It makes sense. And like I said, I'm surprised on who he picked. We talked about last week about the Elimination Chamber being in Chicago, and whoever wins that one's going to go after CM Punk. Well, Roman Reigns called a shot, and he already picked CM Punk. I hate you the most.
Hmm.
I hate you. I already beat Drew McIntyre 3 times. I want you. I hate you, specifically you. And you know what? Hey, CM Punk gets a main event, and that sounds like a Sunday main event, not a Saturday.
That is a Sunday main event. Let's fucking go, Punk.
So, as much as I'm surprised he went that route and it totally backfired on what you had initially thought, it's still a good pick because it's gonna be a big match. It's gonna be a fucking big match.
Do you or do you not believe that CM Punk deserves a main event at WrestleMania with the belt? Night two.
I thought he was gonna get a main event night one, for sure.
Same. Same. And it's not that I didn't believe in him. It's just the way the cards always fall. So
Yeah,
whoever wins goes after the champion, and that champion is the one that's going to headline because that's the guaranteed shot to headline the whole shebang. I didn't think he was going to call out Punk like that.
I
I
thought
really didn't.
I thought it was cool for numerous, multiple reasons. One, CM Punk gets more than likely the Sunday main event because of Roman Reigns. One, that brings a lot of prestige to that World Heavyweight Championship, which is brand new ish, and Roman Reigns has never held that belt. So it's a lot of implications of will he, won't he? Will CM Punk pull it off? Will he not pull it off? Whatever the case may be, and however they play it out, it's a big monumental moment for that particular belt and all the hard work that, in reality, Seth Rollins did for it. And now it's on the main event at night too.
Yeah. I don't think
CM Punk gets his moment. Roman Reigns gets a shot at a belt he's never had, and it kind of elevates that night of WrestleMania because it's a first time ever.
Hmm.
They've had a lot of interactions with each other, starting at Survivor Series, War Games a couple of years ago. They teamed up, they helped each other. They had this interaction with Paul Heyman last year with when they started the division with Seth Rollins. Unfortunately, Seth Rollins gets hurt. He's taken out of the picture. But now you finally have them go head to head. It's a big deal. It's a big deal. And as much as I don't care for either one of them, not as wrestlers, just as the storyline, it makes the most sense. And it's gonna be a big deal. So, and this is, I didn't think I wanted to see it. And after hearing them talk, and they're gonna have a lot of talking battles on the mic, it's gonna be fantastic. It's gonna be good.
I don't think they are.
They are. They need to build it up. They need to sell tickets. They're gonna build it up.
Roman Reigns is not going to be on a full time schedule from now to Mania.
Do you know that for sure?
Punk's be building it by himself.
I don't think so. I think he's been gone for a while. That they're gonna call in hey man, you need to fucking put the time in. Maybe not so often, but more often than you think for Roman Reigns. That's the route I would go because they have to have. They're gonna give him to John Cena. He won't be there for two shows and then he'll be there show back to back, and then he won't be there for two shows and then back to back because then that will kill up the couple of months that they have to build up this up.
I hope that happens. It would be smart to see him on TV a little more because to me, that's not a believable competitor. Just because you finger your finger in the air and say you're the one doesn't mean shit when you don't fucking when you're not there to you know talk the talk you're trying to talk. Just because you've already held the belt for fucking too many years because Vince gave it to you for that many long to beat records to wipe off people like CM Punk off the fucking uh longest reigning list doesn't mean you get to just fucking come in and I'm only gonna say a couple words and I'm out for 3 months to fight you at the Mania. Number one, fuck you. No, yeah, fight a little bit, dude. What do you get paid for? Fight a little bit.
It's gonna have to fight. That's the only way to build this up if they have matches, whether it's tag teams or triple threats or whatever. But I'm interested to see it. Like again, I didn't think I would see it, but now we know that in Elimination Chamber, the person that's gonna be waiting to find out is Drew McIntyre. See who's gonna go for his belt, and it definitely could be Cody Rhodes winning the Elimination Chamber and run that back. I don't know.
There's a possibility.
Maybe it's a three-way between him, Cody, and Jacob Fatu.
Mm-hmm. Wait, who?
Cody, Drew, and Jacob Fatu.
Drew won't be defending the belt.
No, no, I'm saying depending on how the finish ends, it might be WrestleMania triple threat.
Oh, Triple Threat
Yeah,
Mania.
yeah, triple threat mania.
That makes
So
sense.
yeah,
I don't think it'll happen at the end of Chamber. I think it'll be a stipulation, or if it goes triple threat, is because Jacob Fatu is harassing Cody enough between the end of Chamber till Mania, which is that 6 weeks draw that happens, that stretch that yeah, it'll end up being a stipulation that gets thrown in there. Like, if you want this match to happen, we're tired of y'all fucking with each other all this time. Y'all need the 3-way match. Fuck it, here you go.
I agree.
Yeah, because
It will happen
Cody's
after.
already calling or is gonna start calling on Drew for fucking having him eliminated from I mean fucking Royal Rumble because if you saw it, Cody was on the ropes, almost about to be eliminated, hanging on the outside, and Drew comes through the crowd, gives him a Claymore kick, and Cody was eliminated.
Yeah, they're gonna pull that one. They're gonna rewind that part of how Drew McIntyre actually won with the interference of Jacob Fatu. That's how it's gonna play out for sure. So
Hmm.
we kind of know pretty much the direction you're gonna go in, but we could be surprised. I don't think so because it is WrestleMania and you're trying to build this up a little more and you have a little more backstory to it.
Hmm.
So all we can do is just wait and find out because yesterday was the start of the storylines evolving. You saw Obafemi come out. You saw the Gran Americano kind of interfere with each other. You know, we saw the women's championship being defended. So you're starting to build up what's going to happen. And like you said, you have to have sub stories to build up WrestleMania. It can't. We already know the main people, what the direction is, but you have to have sub stories for everything else to make it to sell WrestleMania. It is what it is.
There was one person that wasn't in the Rumble that wasn't expected to be in there, but then we found out something that happened to him. Tommaso Ciampa is no longer with WWE. He didn't make it to Royal Rumble. He made it to AEW where he fought Mark Briscoe for the TNT Championship and is the new TNT champion.
First
And the reason why I
match.
bring it up,
First match. His
hey,
first
I know
match.
his first match at AEW, but more of a real of a callback to when they used to fight in the Indies and Ring of Honor.
Yeah.
So definitely, it was a run it back situation that happened finally years later. But I bring it up because there's rumors that Gargano might be following suit because that's his BFF in real life.
I don't.
So
I wouldn't put it past them because he really isn't being used or utilized at all. Especially even them as a tag team could have been big, on how big they were in NXT Black and Gold, and they just never pulled the trigger.
they had him as a tag team. It just they didn't have the right stories for him
Exactly. So,
to showcase their talent and what they could do.
but I guess all we can do is wait and find out. But we appreciate you tuning in another Tuesday night, Top Rope Tuesday. You want to watch back? Catch us on all the platforms for podcasts: Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, Spotify with video, YouTube, Twitch, Kick, all those fun things. And of course, at the socials at Beyond the Ropes 210. Make sure to hit that little bell to get notified whenever we drop new episodes every Tuesday and Thursday. Anything you want to add to that, sir?
Dominic Mysterio's back
Oh, finally.
with his weddita. So it's
His
gonna be
Weta.
interesting to see what's gonna happen with the IC belt and who's gonna go after him.
Yeah, this is the time where you really between now and WrestleMania where you start building up the mid card belts. So hopefully we start seeing a lot of movement with that. The U.S.
Not
title.
only that, there was a vignette about that Finn Balor was like, "I'm done with this shit. I'm done playing nice. It's time for me to start taking names and start taking my place as top of the chain." So where he goes or what title he's going to go after, that's going to be interesting to see too, because he's going to be flying solo since JD McDonough's not around, and we already know Punk's going to Mania, but that might be the sub story going on beforehand. So who knows? Maybe it's a triple threat that way. We don't know. Stay tuned for more stories, more violence.
Because we are the podcast that hits back, brother.
Oh yeah.
Woo!